speaking of failed careers in some way, or not failed careers, I shouldn't say that, but just stagnated careers. Let's say that. Stagnated careers. That's a really good way to put it. Gary Russell Jr. is back. Yay. Michael Benson reporting WBC featherweight mandatory challenger Tugstsogt Nyambayar, or a.k.a. King Tug, has claimed that he's now signed his contract to challenge Gary Russell Jr. for the world title in January. The bout was ordered at the WBC convention last month. Guys, are you guys as excited for this fight as I am? I know I'm one of the only few guys that still talks about King Tug as like a legitimate prospect because PBC, speaking of people dropping the ball in promotion, completely dropped the ball in promoting this guy. But this fight to me is really intriguing. He's one of those guys in this division that he's top 10, but no one talks about him. And I think Gary Russell Jr. has kind of looked lackluster recently in performances. And I can see King Tug give him that work. Guys, thoughts on this fight? Thoughts on Gary Russell Jr. having his one fight per year?
This may be, that fight where the inactivity finally catches up to Gary Russell Jr. I think Gary Russell Jr., he's one of my favorite fighters when he fights, which is hardly ever, right? But when he is so skilled, the power, the speed, the defense, I mean, he is so skilled, but he just doesn't get in the ring. And that inactivity, like, he's getting older now. He's never in the ring. It might be the day he's not sharp and he loses because of the rust and the inactivity. This is a real fight that he could, like, Joseph Diaz tested him, but he was better than Diaz, right? So he got through the fight.
Yeah.
This may be the one where he goes to find the extra gear and he's just not on that day and he loses. Like, he might lose this fight. And I know, like, because people don't know who King Tug is, they're thinking, like, who is this? Russell might lose this fight. I'm not sure who I'm picking, but Russell could definitely lose that fight. For sure.
I absolutely agree with that. I think, again, King Tug is one of the most slept-on prospects in the game, period.
He's looked pretty ordinary last couple of outings, right?
Yeah, but then I think sometimes...
beats him.
Yeah, but he still has like a decent like top 15 win under his belt. Like he has a more legitimate win than Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, but I just think Russell wins, don't we?
No, Russell's a better fighter. Like, Russell's a better fighter than most people, right? Like, but at a certain point, like that rust, that inactivity, that's gonna catch up to you. I don't 31-ish.
I'll check right now.
Yeah, I think it's a while yet before he's at that point.
And I'll be honest, the inactivity actually I think does help him in terms of wear and tear. I'll be honest.
Has he been in wars? I can't think. Has he been in wars?
No.
Right, he's all right. Just King Tug. Don't get hyped.
I don't know, man. He beat Oscar Escudon just a fight ago, and Oscar Escudon's a top 15 name.
I thought his last fight. He looked.
That was his last one. His last one was I just had it. Let me see. It was against Claudio Morero. Yeah, that was a UD. That was bad. But he knocked out Oscar Escudon in 3 rounds the fight before that.
Yeah. I'm just not. I was kind of on the train and then I quickly jumped off. I saw something.
Man, he's the Mongolian destroyer, man.
That's right. I couldn't even think we were at Mongolia.
The reincarnation of Genghis Khan himself, guys, right here, King Tug.
Where is there a big Mongolian demographic that we can sell this fight in?
Mongolia?
I think Gary Russell wants to go there.
And even then, I don't think there's that much population there.
It'll be on DAZN Mongolia, I think.
I'm not trying to sound dumb. Mongolia is directly north of China, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't say directly north, but yes, it is north of China.
Just south of,
because the Earth is tilted. It's tilted, and it's
south of the North Pole.
South and North Pole, north of China. Yes, somewhere in that general region. It's in between China and Russia. It's a border country. But I remember I saw a documentary on Mongolia not too long ago, and because I'm a nerd. And the population for Mongolia is really tiny, so like I don't even know if like it matters.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's all it is it's Great Plains and it's iced over half the year. Miserable. But digressing, I do think this is a competitive fight. I don't know who I'm going to pick yet. Because
Russell.
I am a King Tug mark on the low. You guys know this. I don't know this.
Yeah. Also on the low, people need to know this. You're a fucking Inoue hater.
Whoa! Why would you say that?
That's an Inoue fan from what?
No, I'm gonna find the text. He
Okay,
was
because
shade.
there's one trolling text in our group chat that Rob is now taking to the fullest extent of now me being an Inoue hater. I forget what it was exactly. What was
But
it?
I can't remember. I wish I remembered now.
It was some hating shit.
Oh, you said he was ducking somebody, or
Oh no, I said he ducked everyone at 115, which is true.
all right.
Okay, now
And
you might argue that look, at the time that he was lined up to fight Roman Gonzalez lost twice, and therefore ruined that potential fight because that was, I think, the lined up fight. But he didn't fight Circuits or Rungsvi, didn't fight Estrada, didn't fight Ancajas, didn't fight Quadras. Like the list goes on of guys he just did not fight at 115.
But
And that's upsetting. It's a little bit upsetting they didn't fight those guys.
But he wanted to go to 18.
He was at 115 for
He
long
was at
enough
15
to
for
fight
a
those
minute,
guys.
though.
He,
Wasn't that
he
long?
literally fought at 115 on the undercard of a Roman Gonzalez Circuit Store Rungsvi fight.
Yeah,
I think it was the second
on
one. It was the second one.
Superfly, yeah.
Yeah, but it was the second one specifically because I remember I was there. I saw Inoue live. He fought David Carmona, I want to say. I think it was that
No,
fight.
Nieves. It was Nieves.
Oh, was it Nieves?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Nieves.
You were-
Sorry. Sorry. All I remember from that
You're a
fight,
hater, you'd remember.
all I remember from that night was Roman Gonzalez getting knocked out and the entire crowd being stunned. But beside that point that he was trying to fight Roman Gonzalez and that fight got scuttled because of Circuits or Rungsvi, he then did not fight Circuits or Rungsvi or any of the other guys that were on winning streaks at flyweight or super flyweight. He's decided to fight Omar Nieves at 115 and Johan Beloye or whatever his name was at 115 and Nieves, and that's about it.
Well, Nieves was the jump up, right? He jumped up from 108 to fight. And then, so I wouldn't criticize him for that fight. Like, it's the other ones he took at 15, which is kind of like, why would you take that fight?
I don't think that was the step up to 115.
Nieves was.
I'll check really fast.
I mean, not Nieves. Navarez.
Yeah, Navarez was. Yeah,
Navarez was a step up to 115. And then, that fight's fine. That's a good fight. That's the name. But then it's like the rest of the fights he took at 15, which were kind of like.
Yeah, Ricardo Rodriguez. Koi Kono, which is a
It's
veteran.
a name, but he was a 112 pounder who was kind of old at that point. It's a good name, right? But
Karan Jurpotlin from Thailand.
I'm sure he's tough.
Relarto Pineris.
That Filipino? Where's that guy from?
Let me see. Yes, you called it Philippines. But there's guys he could have fought at 115. That's my only criticism of Inoue, but it's a small criticism. It's like I wish Crawford stayed at 135 a little bit longer. So when guys like Linares and Easter came up, he could have fought those guys too, and then moved to 140.
Now Crawford's a ducker as well.
It's a little bit. It's not a duck. It's just a little bit of a. Hey, I wish you fought those guys.
He should have stayed at 35 to fight Easter.
And Linares.
Linares, fine. He would have handled Linares, but yeah, that's a good fight. I'm into that fight. But to stay at 35 to fight Easter, you had me with Linares. Easter, don't stay at 35 to fight Easter.